Richard Millman here for the Millman Experience. Hope you're doing well today and staying safe and staying at home. Wanted to share with you some of the exercises that Pat and I have been doing in our Gardenball or garden racket game that we've developed here. I'm going to call it Gardenball because I think my friend Alan Stapleton has called it Gardenball in South Africa, and I think it's a great name. It's also with a rebound net, and you can play squash. You can use the rebound net that you see behind me as a net to play over. We got ours from zig.com. I also attached a rebound net that people use for lacrosse and for baseball. You can see here pretty simply, here's the net, and it's pretty portable. And then when we're using it on the garden court, we just bring this side round and plug that in, and so you've got a full net that you can play over. But as you'll see in the tape, you can play against it, you can play it on a driveway, you can play it on the grass. There's a whole bunch of things you can do. You can do a lot of good cardio. So anyway, we're hoping that you'll enjoy this tape and that you'll avail yourself of the possibility of getting one of these nets. You can get these from Zig. I tightened it up at the bottom here to make sure that the rebound was strong enough. It's perfectly good for a squash ball or a squash 57 ball or lots of different balls. Ideally, if you want to play garden ball, two of these nets together would be perfect. And you can see if I bring you over here to where we're playing in the garden, I've just used a bunch of garden hoses to create a court, and you can see the court there. Okay, anyway, you'll see on the film exactly what we've been up to, and you can come up with your own ideas, but you actually can do some pretty intensive work and get yourself in good shape. All right, so that's it, and good luck. Thanks a lot. Okay, in this first section, you're going to see Pat just hitting some balls against the rebound net, and we're going to do a little variety of games. But you can just see here from what Pat's doing, you know, the net's quite good for just practicing, you know, hitting the ball back to yourself. But yeah, I'm just going to go and put my recording lead back, and then Pat and I are going to play. First of all, the first game we're going to play is sides. So one person stays on one side, the other person plays on the other side. You have to keep the ball above the white line, and you know, you can hit the ball as wide as you like. Obviously, if you hit it very wide, your opponent has the opportunity also to hit it wide and beat you by moving you much further. Okay, so you can see we're going to transition now from sides, where you play a whole point, forehand versus backhand or vice versa, and then whoever wins serves the next rally, but you always change sides. And now we're going to transition into playing full court, where you can hit the ball anywhere, you don't have to stay on one side. In this next section, we're going to demonstrate some of the games that you can play when you have the net in the garden, and Pat's going to work with me, and we're going to do a variety of little drills. So this first game is just the game between the two of us using the Squash 57 ball, because it bounces so much better on the grass, and it's again sides. You can see us playing here. We just play a nice game, and the rules are the ball has to hit the net. It can't hit any of the sides, and on this game we play, you don't have to keep it above the line, you just have to get it before the ball bounces. As you can see, if you hit wide, the problem is the other person can even hit wider and get the angle, so sometimes it's much better to just keep it straight and avoid giving the angle away. So in this section we're going to do a variety of drills. First one's going to be a shot and a ghost. Next one's a backhand volley and a ghost. This one's a drop and a deep ghost. Sorry about the camera there. Here it comes. Drop, deep ghost. This one's going to be round the net, and of course you could do this with multiple people. You can, obviously keep it going and make it into a game as well if you do it with multiple people. Again, sorry about my camera angle here. You can see the work that I'm being made to do by Miss Pat. So there you go, a variety of things that you can do with the garden ball, either in the garden or you can do it obviously um, on concrete. You can use it as a squash net, you can use it as a net to play over. And what we've got here is a game in which Pat killed me, to be honest. And she really played accurately and put me under some pressure. The court's 54 feet long by 18 feet wide. You're allowed to play around the net, and Pat's really good at that, so that if you play it wide, you can play a low ball around the net, which makes it interesting. It's like the equivalent of a nick, I suppose, but it's a risk factor, and you can end up catching the net if you're not careful. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this little presentation and given you some ideas as things to do that you can do in your own garden and driveway. And see you next time on the Millman Experience. Bye bye.